Hello and welcome back to A Foreigner and Family in the Philippines. And I'm over here where we are trying to do some maintenance on the bananas. Mostly the bananas. It's some maintenance on some other things, but mainly the bananas. We have gone through and done some weeding here. And now these kind of bananas were sporadic back here, so they're kind of uneven. There's a lot of rubber, a lot of falcata trees. But we are in the process of getting a lot of that cleaned up. And it looks like one of the trees, they took care of that. That's good. That had fallen over. This is my one sun-kissed tree, which was not doing so good. It was kind of smothered. It had a lot of vines and stuff on it. I cleaned it up a bit. I needed to prune it. I didn't prune it. So after this rainy season, I will prune that. And we've got some coffees intermingled in here. So we wanted to get these bananas. We need to go through and do a weeding on the bananas. And we came through. We filled these in, maybe even a little too tight. Which is fine. I'll just eliminate some of those bananas that are in excess, because while they do okay in the shade, as long as they like the full sun, as long as they've got the water. But if they're too close up under these trees, then they're just not producing. There'll be small bunches. But yeah, these weeds, if you can see what I'm walking through here, went ahead and did the row weeding to try and save some time, although this was still quite a process. And they are actually right over there. That is Yellow, my wife, in the purple, and Pablo, my father-in-law, in the white. I think they're trying to make up for my silly peppers, which I'll get to in a minute. Apparently there was a mishap. I've been weeding these silly pepper bushes for a while and trying to get over there, and I've been checking them. They're loaded with silly peppers. It's just these little peppers that I like to put on I'm not a big rice eater, but for some reason that spiciness, it makes it tolerable. So, and this little back area, that's where we had the corn. We've got that planted with the bananas. They're coming up. The bananas that were there are already, there's like 7 or 8 bunches back there that we've got either sacked or have just come out with a heart. So that's good. And then we filled in the gaps. That's going to be a little banana area along up the side here, but all this has to get weeded. And it can be a challenge because we're not weeding with modern tools. We are weeding with machetes. And when I say we, I mean I'm actually on this particular weeding. I've actually sat this one out just because I've been running around doing some other things. Same deal here. We had some of the bunchy tops were here. Now we have filled in a lot of gaps, but it looks like there are still some gaps I see here that could be filled in. I had some mangoes last year, and we had some mangoes somewhere else, but these mangoes over here, I thought they were really going to do well because I had pruned some trees around them. I just thought they were going to do better. And I've heard, for some reason, mangoes don't do so well here in Claveria. And the mangoes that are over here, nothing special on the trees, but I would have thought they would have given us some mangoes. And that's the mango there. And this is a santal here. I'm hoping it's absolutely loaded with santals, and I like these santals too. These are like a warhead. I mean, it like just tastes just like a warhead. They're almost too sour to eat. I know it's kind of hard to see them up there, but it's absolutely loaded. They're all mostly green. A couple of them are yellow, and when they're yellow, they're pretty close. They're ready, but those aren't quite the yellow that they need to be. And then that santal tree right there is loaded with them too. More than I could possibly eat. But this year, I actually, when they're ready, I want to harvest them because I like them. But you just have to be careful. Can't eat too many of them because they're like the warhead candies. Almost too sour to eat, but just sweet enough to keep you going. And I guess they're pretty. You see those trees all over the place, so there's not really a market for those unless you've got these big Bangkok santals, which are like a softball size. And I am interested in planting some of those at some point, but not right now. And yeah, so we had harvested the 6 bunches of bananas, and that was one of the bananas that was harvested. So I can't wait to see when these are next year, when a lot of these are that we have planted are producing. Oh, but this is my little mishap here. My little silly bushes that I've been coming over here personally whenever I can, and just making sure they're weeded. And I probably need to prune them if I plan on keeping them. Someone came over here, had a big one right here that was like full of red ones that was about ready to start harvesting on. Someone took it, and then I came back over here. This one got smashed when they took down this banana over here. They totally smashed this silly pepper tree. Silly pepper bush or whatever. This one here's got tons of sillies on it. I don't know what happened. Maybe somebody came back here, grabbed them. But the big thing was I had these over here fully loaded, but that carabao just ate up on them. It really tore this one up. The carabao apparently likes the silly peppers, or likes the leaves. It looks like it's left a lot of the silly peppers here on the ground. Actually, some of those look like cuts. I don't know if they're trying to put it off on the carabao or not. But here is the Madre de Cacao. This is a good example. This was the stick. They call it, it's got another nickname, the walking stick. But you plug it in the ground there, it sprouts, and you've got a tree there, and then you can take a clipping and do it again with another one. Hopefully this one makes a rebound. Looks like it's got some greenery coming out a little bit, not much. It's got some weeds on it. But that's what I wanted to do with the living fence there on the bamboo. Just adds a little barrier. That's the one avocado tree that we were harvesting from. I've harvested from it 3 times and I've still got avocados on it. I think I'm not looking to sell them. I just want to take maybe come out and get 20 at a time so I have avocados to eat because I'm liking them. So this is a cacao. I did prune it, but I needed a ladder, so it needs some new pruning on it. It's got a couple little pods there. A lot of flowers on it. But they need to be sacked over here apparently because the ants will tear them up. Mm-hmm. What's going on, Cielo?
I found the same.
You found some more?
Yeah, but we have a lot over there, but still green.
They're still green. Yeah, these are mostly green. It's not too bad. It's just that, yeah, he did a number on the one bush is all. So this was kind of the area that still had trees on it on the property, and the rest was, of course, the pineapple plantation. So it's pretty bare. So at least I get a blank slate, but it is hard for some of these things need shade. That's why we're trying to get the bananas established, because some of the fruit trees could use that little protection. And so the same thing, now we're coming out. We did that area back there, and we got to go across this hill for the weeding, and some of these are getting taken over. especially down by the creek area. And that little outcropping there is one of the crop areas that I left open. So on the other, and then once we finish this side, we just basically work our way around the outside of it and curve around the hill, and then kind of come back up this way, and just have to make sure we get it weeded, because there are some vine type weeds that are strangling them. And we did the fertilizer. I've got my liquid fertilizer. I'm kind of still experimenting and getting that situated, but we went through and did the spray fertilizer. So now we've got the whole team, the whole crew working on these bananas. Oh, and then once you come over here with the bananas, weed that area, then I have to go back up that side over there, this little section over there, and then back there are the other places that I showed where we just planted the banana tissue cultures. Those are already ready for a weeding on the bananas as well. I think the weeds are even worse over there, which is actually good. They're going to grow better over there too. So that's what we've got going on, and I still have other things that I want to get planted, but there's no way to even do it because just the maintenance on what's here is taking a while. The only hope is that we make it to next year and these bananas start producing, so we have an income, so we can cover the cost of the work crew that we have, and maybe expand it a little bit. But then the maintenance will be easier because this weed control won't be as bad, just because there'll be a little bit of a canopy and they won't be able to grow so fast. So. All right, so we'll get back to it. Looks like we're going to get a little rain tonight, which is good. So please like, comment, share, and subscribe.